Hey guys, welcome to my bathroom. I'm going to be showing you how I do my Velcro rollers, how I use them in my hair. First off, I'm just going to run you through the products I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my Revlon curling iron here. It's just a skinny one. I'm not exactly sure what the size is, but it's a pretty small one. And also, I've got this little basket that I use that I put my stuff in. I've got some clips. These are available at Sally. Oops. They're available at Sally Beauty Supply, and they're just clips that go over your rollers. And then I've got several different kinds. I use these large ones. These are another Sally product. These are for fine hair, just the big size. And then I have a group, and these are Goody brand, and I got them a while back from Wal-Mart. And basically, it's a set that you get of all these different size rollers, and they just kind of fit one inside the other, but I put them all in this little basket. I will go through and use some of those different sizes, so just whatever you have. I mean, I'm sure there's other brands that sell, you know, Velcro rollers, so if you find something comparable, you know, big roller, small roller, you know, medium roller, that's kind of the terminology I guess I'm going to be using here. As far as styling products, I am going to be using sort of a heat protectant spray. It's the Beyond the Zone Turn Up the Heat. It's flat iron protection, but it can also be used for when you're using curling irons. And then I'm going to be using my So Gorgeous Volumizing Hairspray. That's another Sally product that I'm going to use once my rollers are in, kind of spray all over and get more volume. Alright, so step one is kind of getting your hair parted and deciding, you know, where you want the volume. And what I do, I have sort of, you know, my hair is a little shorter here. I have kind of some like long bangs there, so I tend to like to leave those out of this whole process and pull back some of the hair straight back that's right behind that, because I like to have a little poof in the crown. So this is going to give us some volume. The whole purpose of using these kinds of rollers is to give us basically more volume. And so I'm going to pull up a strip of hair that's about that much. And you may not be able to see this because my hair is kind of long, but I'm going to take my curling iron, and I have to stretch my arms all the way up to get it all in there, and then I'm going to just roll it back like this, so you can see I'm rolling it backward, and just hold that there for a little while, let it get hot, and then I'm going to be taking one of these larger sized rollers, and I'm going to quickly put it in there right after I take it off the curling iron. And the reason why you want to do that, there's my curl, is because it's hot right now. Okay, that hair is hot, and we want to take advantage of that heat, and when you put it on a roller, it's going to now, you know, take on the shape of this roller when it's hot. You won't have that effect if you put these in and your hair is cooled off. Alright, does that kind of make sense to everybody? By the way, I did spritz on some of the Beyond the Zone heat protectant spray before I got going here. And now that I've got that in there, another thing that I forgot to mention, but you may want to use, are some of these little clips. This is another cheap Sally product. If you feel like that's moving around on top of your head, you can just kind of clip that in there. I'm just clipping it on top of the roller and on with the hair that's underneath. And then spritz some of your hairspray all over that, and when you take it out, you're going to find you have a lot more volume. So next, what I'm going to do is go directly behind that with about 2 more rollers. So I'm going to go about that with the exact same process. You may not always need to use the clips. Usually I just need it on the one that's right on top of my head like this. So I'm going to go ahead and put in those couple more rollers, and I'll join you again when I get started on the side. Guys, I've got 3 rollers now in, one on top of my head, one another large-sized roller right behind that, and a medium-sized roller behind that. And the whole concept with this, for my hair anyway, I like to have a lot of lift up here, so I'm using larger sizes, and then I want more curl towards the bottom, so I'll be using smaller sizes down in here. We go. I'm going to grab out about that much hair close to my face, and instead of putting them in going like horizontally, I'm going to actually put it in vertically, and I'm going to curl my hair so it's curling back from my face, okay? So I'm going to get my curling iron on that and curl it back like that. And this is going to kind of give us that look that's really in right now, where your hair is kind of, you know, coming away from your face. And also for me, with these layers around my face, helps keep my hair out of my face by rolling it back this way. So hold it in there in your curling iron for a second. I'm going to put my roller in here and just roll it up like that, and you may or may not need to clip it in. Mine's holding in pretty well on its own, and just spray it with a little hairspray. And there you go. So guys, right behind this roller, I'm going to put 2 more smaller size rollers, so just vertically like that, one behind the other, heading back like that, so I will join you again after I do that. So I've got my 3 rollers here, 1, 2, 3, going back in that direction. They're all vertical, and then I'm going to do the same side here, but I'm just going to demonstrate for those of you, I know a lot of people have this kind of like longer side bang thing going on, so I'm going to pull out some of that hair that I don't exactly want to include in this roller. So I'm going to kind of pull that section down and pull up the section closest to that right here. I'm going to pull that out and put a medium roller in there. I got to pull it out of its little chunk here that it's in. Oh yes, the fun of rollers. And so this is the size I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to once again put it in. This is where you may have some challenges in terms of, oh, it all went in terms of getting all your hair, all your layers in the curling iron at once. So it doesn't have to be perfect, and that's the beauty of rollers, is that you get it, you just get it up, you know, get your hair in there, and you know, you'll be fine. So immediately after taking it off the curling iron, that's the big key, get it rolled back there just like that, give it a spritz of some hairspray, and you're good. And I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I did on this side, 2 smaller rollers going one after the other back towards the back of my head. Okay guys, so this is the amount of hair I've got left. I've pulled it around kind of equally on each side. I'll turn around and show you what I've got going on here so far in terms of the curler look. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I just did 1 lower one here, 1 lower one here, and 1 in the middle in the back. So now that you officially look like an alien, you might be wondering, well, what's going to happen here with this hair? What I generally do with this is just while my curling iron's still out, I go ahead and give it a curl just so it gets some curve to it. Oops, stuff's falling. It's a little curve there with those layers, and then just kind of what I do, since mine are long enough, is I just kind of hook them back here so they're out of my face and I can keep doing my makeup or whatever I was doing, and then it'll all work into the finished look. So I'm going to go ahead and let these stay in for about 15 minutes or so. You can leave them in longer. Basically, the longer they stay in, the more tight of a look you're going to get, the more these are going to be able to do their job. So and I will come back and join you when I come take them out. Alright guys, it's time to take out the rollers. This is kind of like unwrapping a present to me. I'm always excited to take them out and see what I have. So just kind of unroll them, and you'll see you've got kind of a nice like springy curl like that. That's basically what these small rollers are going to do all over your head. These medium ones are going to give you more of a, you know, bigger curl like that, just kind of curving back, and that's how everything's curving back the same way, so that's really great about these. And then I'll take out a big one back here so you can kind of see what you get from that. It's like a big curl like that basically, and most of the lift, there's a lot of lift here at the roots from those big ones. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these out of my hair and I will join you when I get done. Alright guys, got all the rollers taken out, got a little step stool here so I can stand up higher and show you what the ends turned out to look like. Again, I'm really happy with how this always works out, because it's like, I love that kind of turned back look to the hair. It's all coming back. And so the next step, after you get through it, you want to just kind of brush through the hair, kind of get it all working the same way. You can kind of direct it back and get all that hair just kind of meshing with one another. And you could totally stop at this point and kind of, you know, go with what you have. I think that's a really pretty look. But if you want just a little more volume, kind of pull it back in the same method you did for your first roller. Pull it straight up, grab your rat tail comb, just tease it a little bit there in the crown, tease a little bit right over here on the side of that, tease a little bit over on this side, oops, just thought I'd take you through a styling option here while I'm, got everything out and I'm doing this look. And then another thing, start taking the area that was your bangs and kind of start combing those back just a bit too. Little back combing can go a long way in this style, I found. And then take some of that volumizing hairspray and spray it all over. Take one of these little hairpins. You can find these at Sally's, and they are the ideal thing to kind of tone down any teased hair that you've been working on. I love using these so much. So we're just taking that hair and just smoothing it out, kind of boosting it up in some areas. This is pretty much my everyday look for when I'm doing the news or, well, doing the news. That's what I do every day, so. Kind of got it turning back on each side. The only challenge I find, the hardest part for me, is dealing with my little bangs here and trying to style those in such a way that they're not getting down in my face, but yet they're kind of framing the look. So that little pin works wonders just for a styling tool. And then once you kind of got that how you want it, once you got it how you want it on the side, absolutely spray it one more time. Spray that all over. Spray in here once you've got that kind of how you want it. Just like so. And then kind of work around with these sides a little bit, spritz it down at the bottom. And there you go. There's a look that you can easily pull off with Velcro rollers. It really helps you get that volume here that we've got in the crown, but it also is really good for the bottom of your hair to kind of give you that uniform little, curly haired look there. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and have a great day. So hold it in there in your curling iron for a second. Get it. Whoa! Oh my gosh. Something just absolutely sparked there. Did you guys see that? Alright, everything's fine, but there was a little spark there. I'm not sure how. My curling iron is still on, so we'll just go with this. Bub, something totally sparked here.
Yeah,
The curling iron's still on and everything's fine, but